Marcina Strzelca do powitania Państwa z ramienia Szkoły Wyższej Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości.
Szanowni Państwo, Panie Ministrze, Szanowni goście obecni tutaj na tej sali, ale także bardzo się cieszę, licznie zgromadzeni w swoich biurach, w swoich instytucjach, w swoich państwach. Bardzo żałuję, że nie możemy wszyscy spotkać się tutaj dzisiaj w Polsce. Cieszę się, że tak licznie jesteśmy i że hybrydowo możemy to organizować, ale zawsze to spotkanie bezpośrednie jest najważniejsze, tym bardziej cieszę się i dziękuję wszystkim z Państwa, którzy zaszczycili nas swoją obecnością tutaj w Warszawie bezpośrednio. Jesteśmy w Szkole Wyższej Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości, instytucji, uczelni, która powstała 3 lata temu i która realizuje zadania szkoleniowe w ramach służby więziennej, w ramach wymiaru sprawiedliwości, także dużo szerzej, ale na tym dzisiejszym spotkaniu przede wszystkim rozmawiać będziemy o zagadnieniach kształcenia i działań badawczych w służbie więziennej, służbach probacyjnych i pochodnych. Zajmujemy się kształceniem, jesteśmy w dużej mierze kontynuatorami działań wcześniej prowadzonych wewnątrz służby więziennej. Część z Państwa być może miała okazję wizytować Kalisz i ówczesny Centralny Ośrodek Szkolenia Służby Więziennej. Na chwilę obecną i zakładam, że w długiej perspektywie jest to obiekt uczelni. Nazywamy go kampusem mundurowym. Tam realizujemy szkolenie służb, funkcjonariuszy służby więziennej. Tutaj w Warszawie bardzo mocno koncentrujemy się także na kształceniu przedstawicieli innych zawodów prawniczych, na realizacji bardzo szeroko zakrojonych badań naukowych dotyczących całego obszaru wymiaru sprawiedliwości. Będzie okazja o tym szerzej rozmawiać, będzie okazja pokazać Państwu funkcjonowanie ośrodka szkolenia w Kaliszu, naszej działalności warszawskiej i tej skierowanej do służb mundurowych i tej skierowanej dla cywili. Bardzo się cieszę, że jest z nami obecny pan wiceminister sprawiedliwości, pan Marcin Romanowski, podsekretarz stanu w Ministerstwie Sprawiedliwości. Bardzo witam serdecznie, panie ministrze. Witam serdecznie przedstawicieli uczelni i wszystkich Państwa. Natomiast chciałbym troszkę odejść od takiej klasycznej formuły wyczytywania Państwa z listy i przedstawiania, a troszkę nawiązać i poprosić o to, żebyście Państwo sami się za chwilkę przedstawili siebie i swoje instytucje, które reprezentujecie. Uważam, że jest to ważne, ponieważ w mojej ocenie EPTA zawsze była bardziej siecią, bardziej tą przestrzenią do spotkania osób, do spotkania różnych instytucji poprzez te osoby, do wymiany doświadczeń, do budowania relacji, które pomagały potem w poszerzaniu bazy dydaktycznej, możliwości dydaktycznej, ale także wymianie kadry. Mam nadzieję, że to możliwe. Wiem, że między naszymi instytucjami, państwami bardzo często odbywały się także staże, praktyki, wzajemne odwiedzanie się studentów, także kształcenie. Sieć EPTY pomaga także tym instytucjom, które szerzej zajmują się obszarem naukowym. Dlatego taka coroczna konferencja EPTY, dla mnie, ja miałem przyjemność uczestniczyć bodajże w 6 tego typu konferencjach, zawsze była olbrzymim, pozytywnym doświadczeniem i tą przestrzenią do zbudowania sobie wielu przyjaźni, które procentowały później w takiej codziennej pracy. Dlatego prosiłbym bardzo, żebyśmy tą naszą ceremonię otwarcia potraktowali także jako nawiązanie już relacji i prosiłbym bardzo Państwa o kilka zdań i przedstawienie się. Witam serdecznie wszystkich i proszę o te zdania. Ciężko uznać, kto zacznie. Czy możemy prosić Państwa o przedstawienie się?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Irena Petkova. I'm from General Directorate Execution of Sentences in Bulgaria International Cooperation Unit. Thank you very much for the opportunity for being here, and we're looking forward for our fruitful cooperation during these days. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jeff Ibrahimi from the Netherlands, and I'm working for the Netherlands Helsinki Committee alongside my colleague Lisanne, but she'll present herself in a moment. Thank you for having us, and I look forward to explore your beautiful country. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Mark van Koppen, also from the Netherlands. I represent Justice Ministry, the prison service. Thank you very much for welcoming us at this event, and I look forward to meeting you all and talk about our very important and beautiful work. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Lisanne Veld from the Netherlands Helsinki Committee. I'm happy to see some familiar faces, but also some new faces. And thank you so much to the Academy of Justice for hosting this event.
Good morning. My name is Martin Hoffmann. I'm the head of the Department Basic Education in the Austrian Prison Service Academy. Thank you for hosting this event after this year or this 1.5 year difficult times. And I think it's really great that you organize that we can meet in person here. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Smeljka Baranček. I'm from Croatian Prison Service. I'm Director of Training Center and within Ministry of Justice and Public Administration. I'm here with my colleague from the same training center from Croatia, and thank you so much for having us today. Sorry.
Good morning. My name is Iva Prskalo. I'm also from Training Center from Croatia. I'm head of department for international cooperation in education for prison staff and probation staff. And thank you for organizing this event. And I'm happy to be here in person.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maja Zawadzka. I am prison officer in the Academy of Justice Research and Development Institute.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jarosław Rychlik, and I'm representing Academy of Justice, and I'm an officer of Polish prison staff. Thank you very much.
Witam wszystkich Państwa serdecznie. Nazywam się Beata Maria Nowak. Jestem prorektorem do spraw nauki w Wyższej Szkole Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości. Bardzo się cieszę, że możemy Państwa gościć w naszej uczelni, w murach naszej uczelni. Mam nadzieję na owocne obrady i życzę wszystkiego dobrego. Dziękuję.
Piotr Sękowski, kanclerz Szkoły Wyższej Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości. Cieszę się, że możemy się zobaczyć w Polsce.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Flora Bejko. I'm Deputy Director of Center of European Studies here in our Academy of Justice. I'm brand new here and I'm looking forward to learn more something about penitentiary science, about your organizations and authorities. So how do you do? Nice to meet you.
Dzień dobry wszystkim. Paweł Szabłowski, zastępca dyrektora Instytutu Nauk Prawnych w SWWS. Witam wszystkich i mam nadzieję na jakieś ciekawe spostrzeżenia na dzisiejszej konferencji. Dziękuję.
Dzień dobry wszystkim. Mariusz Kurłowicz, dyrektor Instytutu Badawczo-Rozwojowego Szkoły Wyższej Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości, były dyrektor Zakładu Karnego w Białymstoku. Tym bardziej jestem rad, że Państwa widzę i poznam różne głosy ze świata w naszej przestrzeni badawczej.
Profesor Tomasz Kośmider, Director of the Security Sciences Institute, Academy of Justice.
Krzysztof Wojcieszek, Director of Institute of Social Background for Penitentiaristic. I will have the pleasure to lead the lecture tomorrow in Galicia, and I hope that your stay in Poland will be very fruitful and good in some inspiration.
Dzień dobry, witam Państwa bardzo serdecznie. Jestem Agnieszka Pycka, jestem pracownikiem naukowym, asystentem Instytutu Badawczo-Rozwojowego Szkoły Wyższej Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nadia Künstler from Switzerland. I'm the head of the Management and Leadership Training Department. Looking forward to meeting and exchanging with you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the deputy head of the Latvian Training Center in the Latvian Prison Administration, and I'm glad to be here and to see many new faces in person, because this is the first time, and therefore I'm looking forward for further cooperation as well.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Aigar Skrubesis. I'm a representative Latvia administration. Thank you.
Dziękujemy serdecznie Państwu zgromadzonym tutaj, na tej sali, ale równoprawnymi uczestnikami naszej konferencji są też osoby, które uczestniczą zdalnie w tym wydarzeniu. Bardzo bym prosił przedstawicieli EPTY, Państwa online też na króciutką prezentację, powitanie. Ciężko wybrać kolejność, więc proszę, żebyście Państwo sami zadecydowali o kolejności.
Miriam, maybe you can see who will start from the beginning, I think it will be better if we can choose.
I'll start. Hello, everyone. Do you hear me? Manuela from Romania. I'm happy to see all of you. And I still have those good memories when we met face to face and developed various and interesting projects. I salute all of you and thank you for organizing this conference.
May I go next? Hi, my name is Yulia Ilyina. I'm from Europress. I was supposed to come physically to the physical conference, but unfortunately I caught a cold, so it was a big risk to come. But I'm also representing the EPTA Secretariat. And I want to thank the Academy of Justice for doing such a wonderful job and pulling this off, this hybrid conference. So thank you very much, and I'm really looking forward to the conference.
Hello, everyone. Can I continue? My name is Peter Neuhibel. I am from General Directorate at Slovak Prison Service. And let me greet everyone who are in Poland in person and also who are online. We went through the similar situation last year, so I really keep my fingers crossed to Polish partners that the conference will be successful and everyone will enjoy the event. So hello, and looking forward to following 3 days.
Hello, everybody. If I could just say my little piece. My name is John Flavin, and I'm from the Irish Prison Service College. I'm also a member of the EPTA Steering Committee. And I'd just like to congratulate you on managing to get your conference up and running. And as Peter said, yeah, fingers crossed that everything will go well for you. Unfortunately, I can't be there because the pandemic situation in Ireland was just too uncertain. I would have loved to have been there. So can I just say hello to everybody and wish you all the very best for the rest of your conference.
Hello, I'm Elena.
Bonjour. Ah, on est deux.
Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, de la part de l'École nationale d'administration pénitentiaire à Agen, France. Nous sommes très heureux de pouvoir participer à ce colloque et tous nos remerciements pour les organisateurs, sachant la difficulté que représente une organisation en présentiel et à distance.
Bonjour à tous du Portugal. Je suis Vitor Ferreira. Je représente le service de probation et pénitentiaire. Je suis le chef de division de la formation. Et je vous souhaite un très bon travail. Merci.
La Bavière, l'école nationale de Bavière, et merci pour votre organisation. Je suis très heureuse d'y participer. Merci.
Hello, this is Dilek Shirin from the Turkish Ministry of Justice. I'm a judge in the DG for Prison Detention Houses. I hope this will be a fruitful meeting. Thank you for the organization.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. It's my first time. I'm Ferit Azemi from Kosovo Academy for Public Safety, head of the Research Institute. And I represent Kosovo Academy for Public Safety, and it's our first time to join this conference. Thank you.
Hello, I am Elena Mândru from National Administration of Penitentiary. I am the head of training department.
Good morning from Italy. I am Vincenzo Abbondante, and I represent the Italian Ministry of Justice. I am an executive of penitentiary police. May I send you the compliment of Italian Republic for everything that you do.
Всім доброго дня.
Hello to everyone.
Я Станіслав Чебаненко,
My name is
представляю
Stanislav Chebonenko.
Академію Державної пенітенціарної служби,
I represent the Academy of the State Penitentiary Service,
яка є єдиним закладом вищої освіти, який готує пенітенціарний персонал в Україні.
Our academy is the only higher education in Ukraine that trains penitentiary personnel in our state.
Ми вже другий рік беремо участь у такій щорічній конференції,
We are the participants of this conference for the second year.
яка є дуже визначним і поважним заходом,
This conference is a very important event,
під час якого можна обговорити проблеми, що пов'язані з підготовкою пенітенціарного персоналу.
and we appreciate for the opportunity to be presented here and to have an opportunity to discuss the problems and different issues of personnel training, penitentiary personnel training.
Сподіваюся, що результати цієї конференції будуть використані у нас в академії в освітньому процесі, і це буде дуже гарна нагода обговорити протягом цих 3 днів всі ті важливі проблеми, що хвилюють не тільки нас в Україні, але і загалом в європейській спільноті.
I hope that we will have fruitful cooperation at these 3 days, and at the results of this conference, we will have an opportunity to discuss different problems and different issues of penitentiary personnel training.
Сподіваюся на плідну співпрацю.
We
Дякую.
hope for fruitful cooperation. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning from the Netherlands. My name is Emma Oosten. I work for the Netherlands Helsinki Committee, and well, we're glad to join this conference online, and a huge compliment to the Polish Academy of Justice for organizing this hybrid meeting. Thanks.
Bardzo możliwe, że to wszyscy z Państwa, którzy chcieli bezpośrednio przedstawić się. Witam zatem raz jeszcze wszystkich, którzy opowiedzieli o sobie i o swoich instytucjach, ale także wszystkich pozostałych Państwa, którzy w trakcie konferencji będą z nami uczestniczyli, którzy są z nami także na tej sali. Obecni są także inni przedstawiciele Instytutu Badawczo-Rozwojowego. To ten instytut naszej uczelni, który zajmuje się przede wszystkim obszarem penitencjarnym w zagadnieniach głównie naukowych, analitycznych i eksperckich. Także to grono ludzi wydaje się bardzo dobre do tego, żebyśmy dzielili się z Państwem naszymi doświadczeniami na polu penitencjarnym. Uznając konferencję za otwartą, bardzo bym prosił pana ministra Marcina Romanowskiego o zabranie głosu i
mam ogromną przyjemność, Panie i Panowie, przywitać Was na konferencji, na corocznej konferencji EPTA. Bardzo się cieszę z tak licznego grona dostojnych osób. Słuchając Państwa, widzę również to, że jesteście gronem specjalistów, którzy często się spotykają, mają te wzajemne relacje i to jest bardzo ważne. Ja jestem pierwszy raz uczestnikiem tego spotkania, tym bardziej cieszę się, że mogę być tutaj z Państwem i przywitać w imieniu Ministerstwa Sprawiedliwości właśnie w Szkole Wyższej Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości, która jest organizatorem tegorocznej konferencji. Szkoła Wyższa Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości jest instytucją akademicką. To dla nas bardzo ważne z punktu widzenia wieloletniej strategii rozwoju obszaru penitencjarystyki, probacji, żeby właśnie umiejscowić tego typu działania o charakterze edukacyjnym, wzmacniania kompetencji właśnie w obszarze akademickim. Z punktu widzenia wieloletnich strategii, działania właśnie interdyscyplinarne, oparte na wiedzy, to jest coś, co gwarantuje w naszej ocenie ten prawidłowy rozwój szeroko rozumianych służb penitencjarnych, również probacji osadzonych w całości wymiaru sprawiedliwości. I Szkoła Wyższa Wymiaru Sprawiedliwości rzeczywiście stara się pełnić taką funkcję i robi to doskonale. Stale się rozwijamy, powstają nowe instytuty, nowe inicjatywy, nie tylko penitencjarystyka, ale również w tym roku bezpieczeństwo, prawo o charakterze praktycznym, to tylko nieliczne przykłady właśnie tych działań z ostatnich miesięcy. Pozwolę sobie również wspomnieć o projekcie, pilotażowym projekcie mediacji po wyroku, właśnie na etapie wykonywania kary, który również szkoła we współpracy z Uniwersytetem Lubelskim realizuje. Więc jest wiele obszarów w wymiarze edukacyjnym, badawczym, które staramy się realizować. I myślę, że to połączenie instytucji akademickiej, tego wymiaru praktycznego, spotkania właśnie czy uczestniczenia w działaniach naszej szkoły, praktyków ze służby penitencjarnej jest ważne i fundamentalne z punktu widzenia efektywności. Interdyscyplinarność, otwarcie na nowe technologie, Instytut Badawczo-Rozwojowy realizuje również projekty technologiczne, które mają służyć penitencjarystyce, jak również probacji. Więc, szanowni państwo, nie byłoby to możliwe bez zaangażowania pracowników szkoły. Pozwólcie, że przy tej okazji podziękuję rektorowi komendantowi, pani prorektor i wszystkim przedstawicielom szkoły za to zaangażowanie. I jeszcze raz witam państwa bardzo serdecznie w Warszawie, zarówno tych obecnych realnie, jak i wirtualnie. Żałuję, że nie możemy spotkać się wszyscy osobiście. Zdaję sobie sprawę, że takie osobiste spotkanie, te osobiste relacje to jest coś fundamentalnego dla dobrej współpracy. Na pocieszenie państwu w rzeczywistości wirtualnej powiem, że pogoda nie jest najlepsza w Warszawie, jest chłodno, ale tym bardziej ciepło. Państwa witam, jestem przekonany, że to spotkanie będzie dla was owocne, interesujące i wartościowe. Witamy jeszcze raz w Warszawie, a skoro nie możemy wszyscy się osobiście spotkać, to mam nadzieję, że za niedługo, za te parę lat, oby to było 2 czy 3, nie więcej, uda nam się jeszcze raz zaprosić. Miejmy nadzieję, że już wtedy po pandemii. Jeszcze raz witam serdecznie i życzę owocnych obrad.
Panie ministrze, dziękuję serdecznie za te miłe słowa. Myślę, że na tym możemy nasze oficjalne otwarcie konferencji zakończyć. Dziękuję państwu za ten kawałek i zapraszamy, przechodzimy do obrad już naszej konferencji. Myślę, że zanim rozpoczniemy, bardzo bym prosił o ewentualne przedstawienie kwestii jeszcze technicznych, organizacyjnych i przechodzimy, drodzy państwo, do pierwszego merytorycznego punktu naszego spotkania. Panie ministrze, zachęcam do udziału we wszystkich naszych aktywnościach, chociaż wiem, że obowiązki zawodowe powodują, że nie będzie to możliwe.
Tak, bardzo dziękuję. Ja też będę musiał za chwilę wyjść, ale jeśli państwo pozwolicie, to będę starał się na tyle, na ile to możliwe, wracać. Bardzo dziękuję.
Chciałam Państwu podziękować za otwarcie konferencji i przechodzę do części merytorycznej. W tym momencie już przejdę na język angielski. I would like to ask Emma Utzin for the next presentation, Project Perspective, the EPTA II Project. Emma, could you please continue your online presentation? Emma, do you hear me? I see you in the hybrid form.
Sorry, the sound was a bit poor. So, but I assume I should continue my presentation, right?
Yeah, but we need to switch the mode for the presentation here, but just a little break for 2 minutes, I think, and we can start the next presentation. Okay?
Okay.
Pani Dawidzie?
If you need a little time, we could make a short coffee break, yeah, to prepare the presentation. No?
I can start if you want, but
Okay, thank you.
okay, then I will start. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so just a minute, because we will just switch you to the one screen, okay, and the presentation will be on, I think, 1 minute, yeah? Pani Dawidzie?
I assume the screen has been switched, so I will start sharing my screen as I have a PowerPoint presentation ready. It's here. If all goes well, you can see my presentation at the moment. Good morning, everyone. My name is Emma Oosten. I work as Program Manager, Criminal Justice Reform at the Netherlands Helsinki Committee. And welcome everyone to this first hybrid EPTA Annual Conference. I'm joining you today from the Netherlands. However, two of my colleagues, Lisanne Veld and Javid Ebrahimi, are present in Warsaw for organizational support. So if you have any questions or issues related to the project or to the conference itself, feel free to reach out to them. Although I hope COVID allows us to organize a fully in-person EPTA conference for the upcoming year, I do think the Polish Academy of Justice managed to organize an interesting conference on prison services in times of COVID, impact on training and teaching. I would like to express my gratitude on behalf of the NHC to the Polish Academy of Justice for their cooperation in organizing this conference. And during this short presentation, I would like to update you on the current EPTA project and the activities which will be implemented from within the framework of the project. The Netherlands Helsinki Committee has been involved in supporting the professionalization process of the EPTA network since 2017, and we are grateful for the trust you as a network have put into the NHC and the direct input you have provided in helping us to guide the further development of the network. Together with the EPTA Project Steering Committee, we implemented a successful first project, which was funded by the European Commission. And earlier this year, the second project started, which was also funded by the European Commission. Whereas the previous project supported EPTA in becoming a more professional and structured network, which already translated into a substantial increase in membership and the launch of a new website, which started improving communication towards and between members, this new project will further build on these achievements to provide for a stronger and sustainable network and more in-depth information sharing through tools that have been developed. The new project provides funding for organizing EPTA annual conferences, this one of 2021, the next one for 2022, and the following one in 2023. Following the the project allows for the organization of a crisis management workshop related to the COVID crisis combined with innovative training techniques. It will facilitate cross-border staff exchanges between EPTA member countries in order to stimulate exchange and mutual learning, and it will provide for a meeting to start the process of exchanging good practices between the EPTA network and other existing European judicial training networks. Something about the partners in the project. Of course, we have the NHC, which is responsible for coordination and implementation of the project, for monitoring and reporting. We have Europris with us, who are responsible for providing input in co-organizing project activities and events, but also responsible, of course, for the management of the EPTA Secretariat and official EPTA communication channels. And I think you all have seen Julia. Then we have the prison training academies from France, Romania, Bulgaria this year, and Ireland, responsible for providing input in the organization of project activities and EPTA events. And not to forget, our project partners have a shared responsibility, also providing co-funding of the project. And last but not least, the EPTA presidency, the NHC and the EPTA project team will join forces with the EPTA president in organizing EPTA annual conferences. And this slide shortly gives you an overview of the actual planning of project activities. Due to COVID, some of the activities like the crisis management workshop, the first cross-border exchange session, and the exchange of good practices were delayed a little bit. But we do hope that by postponing them, we will be able to organize these activities in a safe way, in person, on short term. In the upcoming weeks, the EPTA Project Steering Committee will, on behalf of the network, further develop the content of the activities, and which will be communicated to you as members by the EPTA Secretariat and, of course, their newsflash. And I hope this short overview of activities will give you a bit more information about the upcoming EPTA activities. do feel free to reach out to us if you have relevant information to be included, for example, in the organization or content of activities. And with you as partners, I hope to further increase the process of sharing innovative knowledge between European prison training academies in the upcoming years. I thank you for your attention, stay healthy, and by giving this presentation, I would like to give the floor back to our dear colleagues in Poland. Thanks a lot.
Dear Emma, thank you very much for the presentation. I would like to introduce another speaker from the European...
A możemy, miałbym takie pytania, to znaczy proponowałbym, drodzy Państwo, dbając o to, żebyśmy dzielili się doświadczeniami i wymianą spostrzeżeń czy uwag, także o to, żebyśmy zadawali pytania i żeby być może każde z naszych wystąpień miało także aspekt pewnej dyskusji i propozycji, także o ile to możliwe, a dyskusja na pewno jest możliwa, to dzielmy się tutaj uwagami i spostrzeżeniami. Bardzo bym prosił, żebyście Państwo zadali pytania. Mam nadzieję, że pozwoli nam to lepiej rozwijać projekt EPTY i także dążyć do zacieśniania naszej współpracy.
Panie rektorze, komendancie, bardzo słuszna uwaga, przepraszam z mojej strony. I would like to kindly explain one more time. So could you please if anybody wants to have any questions now for this presentation?
Thank you very much for the presentation. I would be interested in the platform you mentioned. You said that you want to improve communication by the website, the KMS, and the platform. Could you maybe give some more details?
Emma, sorry, we didn't hear you. You have your microphone is off.
Sorry, I'm back in. The platform is actually the closed part of the website where communication between members takes place in a more confidential way, and it is being guided by the EPTA Secretariat, from which Julia is present. So I'm not sure if Julia, if you would like to add anything on this, but feel free if you have specific questions to reach out to Julia as well.
If I may add, so what we do, we collect KMS inquiries from members if there are any questions that they would like to collect answers on from other members. Then we have the news flash that we send bi-monthly. And we post all the news items also on the website. And we also collect reports from training academies on staff training. We collect it under resources on the website. So we try to use it as a resource for training academies. If there's any specific question, feel free to ask.
Is there any other question? We can use chat, and of course, microphones in the room. Open.
Ja miałbym też jedno pytanie, jeżeli można. Czy ten projekt EPTY zakłada jakieś działania badawcze, finansowanie działań badawczych, czy istnieje możliwość tutaj zbierania różnorodnych podmiotów reprezentujących nasze państwa, grupy państw i realizowanie jakichś przedsięwzięć wspólnych w oparciu o środki w ramach tego projektu? Czy jest taka możliwość, coś takiego zostało przewidziane?
Thank you for your interesting question. Within the previous EPTA project, there have been research activities that have been implemented. We have developed specific manuals for prison training staff based on research from EPTA members. In the current project, unfortunately, the activities have already been pre-described. But in the specific activities themselves, there will be room for research, but not per se additional activities. So I hope this answers your question.
A jeżeli moglibyśmy prosić o te podstawowe informacje o tych działaniach badawczych, bo jeżeli są zdefiniowane, to myślę, że ciekawe będzie usłyszeć, jakie to będą obszary zainteresowania.
Yes, the previous research which was implemented, the results of those researches have been published on the EPTA website. My colleague Lisanne, who's present with you, guided the special interest groups who at that time implemented these researches, and they were specifically focusing on management of difficult inmates in prisons, the training of management staff, and there was a third one on security. There have been researches and hand manuals have been published on the EPTA website, so they are freely accessible there for all EPTA members.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions? Emma, thank you very much one more time for the presentation. I would like to invite this time in proper way European Commission presentation, Lena Gecko and Cedric Lebos. This is also online presentation. David, could you please do the technical part?
Ok, donc moi je suis en... Poussez un peu. Good morning, everyone. I'm with Lena. I don't know if you can hear us. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Hello. So... Good morning, everyone.
Oops.
Okay.
So Lena, do you want to begin?
Yes, of course. Let me share. Can you see the presentation? Yeah, okay. Then, dear chairs, dear directors, dear colleagues, good morning, and thank you very much for inviting me to your annual conference. It's a great pleasure to address you today, as the development of the EPTA is a project that we in DG Just care about. Why? Because prison and probation officers are concerned by EU law in their daily tasks and therefore are in need of specific training, as you might know the best. They, for example, need training when it comes to uphold fundamental rights during detention, preventing radicalization in prisons, ensuring the success of rehabilitation programs, raising awareness on EU policies, in particular on prison transfers, probation, alternative sanctions, supervision, drug-related legislation, and other correctional issues, just to mention some of the topics which are related to EU law. The Directorate General for Justice and Consumer has a dedicated unit, the General Criminal Law and Judicial Training Unit. And in this unit, we coordinate the European judicial training policy, which covers the training of all kinds of justice professionals, including prison on probation staff on EU law. By supporting European judicial training, we aim to answer several objectives. Firstly, to ensure that the law is applied correctly and consistently throughout the European Union, giving it full effect. Secondly, we want to promote mutual trust between justice professionals when they are involved in cross-border judicial proceedings to facilitate cooperation. And thirdly, training is a support tool, which is also at the service of promoting the rule of law culture and the respect of the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights within the European Union. And European law training covers all areas of EU law, from civil law, criminal law, administrative law to fundamental rights. And the main tools we work with in DG Just is the newly adopted European Judicial Training Strategy, the annual reports, the European Training Platform, and of course, EU financial support. And I would like to start to present to you today the new European Judicial Training Strategy to inform you about the latest developments, which also concern the training of prison and probation staff. Last December, the Commission adopted a package to modernize justice systems within the EU, including through enhanced training of justice professionals and enhanced digitalization. This package shows that training on EU law remains a priority to this Commission. And the package includes this new European Judicial Training Strategy for the years 2021 to 2024. And this new strategy is based on a four-strand approach, focusing on training content, training audience, training material, and the idea of shared responsibility. And of course, in this new strategy, we also touched up on some elements that are even more important in today's context of the pandemic, teleworking, virtual meetings, and training activities such as this meeting. Firstly, the training strategy calls that the content of training should cover broad areas of EU law, provides a flexible response to emerging and continuous training needs in the field of EU law, and to also include non-legal skills, meaning the set of skills and attitudes that justice professionals need in their daily work. And for this, a continuous trainings needs assessment and a flexible reactivity in the training offer are needed from the training providers. Secondly, the new strategy covers now a wide range of justice professionals, and it also includes now prison and probation staff. It also covers a broader geographic scope, also as outside the European Union. Concerning the training methodology, the strategy calls and wants to promote high quality, effective training activities using modern training methods and benefiting from digitalization. Training should really help the practitioner to be fit for the digitalization and to know how to use the practical online forms and tools that already exist today and that will be developed in the future. And for all this, all digital tools to support virtual trainings nowadays should be really put to full use by the training providers. And concerning fourthly, the shared responsibility, the strategy recalls that judicial training is a shared responsibility between the member state, training providers, national and European justice professions organizations, and of course the Commission. We will need the continued commitment of all involved to implement the new strategy. And to deliver this ambitious agenda, the Commission relies on you and on the support of your network as well. But we also, of course, rely on the individual officer themselves to take the time to attend the training. And as far as the European Commission is concerned, the Justice Program will support financially training activities on professional skills when combined with training on the substance. And to this end, the Commission will use the Justice Program as well as other relevant funding mechanisms. For example, we will also use the Citizens' Rights, Equality and Values Program because it includes a training priority, and it happens that its budget has just been significantly increased by the European Parliament. So I can really only and strongly invite you to use the existing financial opportunities and to apply again for co-funding for your future programs. You will find the link if you are interested in the financial schemes. As mentioned before, one of the other tools we have newly introduced in December, and which I would like to present to you today as well, is the European Training Platform, the ETP. And it is a search tool on the European e-Justice portal at the service of justice professionals who want to train themselves on EU law. It's for any kind of legal practitioner to find both training courses as well as self-training resources and materials on a great variety of European law topics, including the Charter of Fundamental Rights of the European Union. The ETP is currently in a testing phase during 2021, so all feedback and ideas are welcomed to improve it and to make it really a tool at the service of practitioners. So don't hesitate if you explore the ETP to give us your feedback. And once, at the moment, the ETP is open to 4 EU-level training providers, but once the test phase is over, we want to enlarge the ETP to more training providers. But in the meantime, we will be happily advertising any self-standing, user-friendly deliverables from your projects on the ETP. So in this context, I can only appeal to you to focus on the user-friendliness of your project's deliverables. Any materials, whether it's the website, videos, podcast, or checklist, should be really self-explanatory and should stand alone and be found practical straight away by the practitioner who looks at it. And finally, I can only encourage you to use the ETP and maybe also advertise it among your members, because it's a really useful tool. And another tool I would like to shortly present are the annual statistical reports published by DG Just. The aim of these reports is to monitor now the new training strategy and to measure the participation of targeted justice professionals in judicial training activities on EU law, on non-legal skills and language skills. At this stage, training of prison and probation staff on EU law is not included in the annual reports, but this might, however, change in the future as prison and probation staff are now also targeted by the new strategy. And this is why we have, in close cooperation and with consultation of our expert group on EU judicial training, created this year a dedicated questionnaire for prison and probation staff. And I know it has been spread around your members, and for those who contributed to the questionnaire, I would really like to thank them. And again, all feedback is welcome. And the questionnaire, for those who haven't contributed, the questionnaire will be open. It's an online form available in all EU languages, and it will be open until the 1st of October 2021. And to wrap up, just let me recap that European judicial training should help the practitioners to answer their training needs when new topics emerge, and to be eligible users of new digital tools. The training methodology should benefit by the best existing tools to ensure interactive training that engage participants, including e-learning. And for all this, we need the commitment of everyone, including EPTA and its members. And yeah, that would it be from my side. Thank you very much for your attention. And yeah, I don't know if Cédric, you want to follow up, or should
we will finish this time?
Thank you, Lina. I will continue with the second half of the presentation for this segment. I will share my screen. Okay, here we are. Can you see it? Yes, okay. So as Lina was saying, the European Commission has gathered an expert group on judicial training, which comprises in its new version penitentiary training. So it's made up of two categories. First, the professionals who are experts in their field. So we're talking about judges, lawyers, notaries, forensic research, prosecutors, and judicial academics. And the other group, it's comprised of representatives of a common interest of stakeholders. So basically, EPTA is one of those stakeholders. We have judicial training institutions and network with the on top of the of EPTA, ICPA, which you already know, Council of Europe with the HELP program, the European Bars, the CEP, the Union of Judicial Officers, the Association of Judges, Legal Interpreters, EJTN, of course, the European Judicial Training Network, European Notaries. I might be forgetting some, but Lina would complement. So basically, this group of 25 people, its main tasks are to assist DG Just, the Directorate General for Justice, in different tasks. So developing and implementing policy initiatives in the field of judicial training, also cooperating with the European stakeholders, the different networks and the different institutions on implementing the strategy at hand. We are also processing the evaluation and the reporting on the implementation of the current training strategy. And the hope is that we can bring about an exchange of experience also and the good practices in the field of digital training and required EU support. So EPTA is represented in this expert group as I was designated by the group. So that's why I'm talking on behalf of the EPTA network and not on behalf of ENAP, where I'm currently talking from. But just to be clear, I'm talking on behalf of EPTA and not the ENAP. So with this expert group, we hope that we can give you some valuable information. And that's why my task is to report to you as members. And we have a web page dedicated on the EPTA website. It's located under partnerships, the partnerships tab. And on there, you can have more information and documents on how the expert group works, on the European Commission strategy, on judicial training, and all the reference documents, the reference decisions of the European Commission on correctional issues, on penitentiary and probation issues. So you would find framework decisions, reports, the charter, and some conclusions. You will also find the dedicated portals, or rather the links to the dedicated portals, including those on good training practices. And also the events, such as the last European Commission's conference on judicial training, and also reports and information about the expert groups meetings, the results of those meetings. So basically, that's how I intend to report to you as a representative of the network to the European Commission. And some of you may have participated in the last conference from May 2021, which was entitled Modernizing E-Justice Systems by Boosting Training of Justice Professionals. So it was a two-day conference, which was organized by the European Commission under the Portuguese presidency of the EU Council, and it was meant as a way to disseminate and to implement the training strategy for 2021 through 2024. I just wanted to give you a few key elements of this conference, and because it will be a recurring event, maybe next year or at least regular, but I think Lina will complement also on this. So just a few pointers. Justice Commissioner Didier Reynders stressed on the need to invest on the new digital tools. So it's something we all have in mind, including the use of AI for a better access to training. And so in this conference, we've had European guest authorities and different workshop sessions which were organized by professions on the issue of increasing participation and securing rollout. So basically how we can upscale our practitioners' participation on EU law training. And each profession addressed their training needs on EU law and the challenges they face. And regarding our field on penitentiary training, I intervened as a representative of the network, and I mentioned two elements. The first is the greater influence of the Council of Europe recommendations, at least in many member countries, as we rely on the European prison rules, the European probation rules, the guidelines on recruitment and training, as well as the European Court of Human Rights case law, which are sources of international standards which are developed in the penitentiary training. So in our trainings, the impact of European legislation is quite noticeable in our training content, though it's not clear sometimes if it comes from the Council of Europe, from the EU recommendations and decisions, or from the projects that we are developing, which are important. And the second element is the, talking about the projects, the second element is the wide disseminations of the results of the projects which we are taking part in as academies, as members. And it's a key vector of change between the members, between the countries, as soft pressure to improve our trainings and our standards. So through the different EU finance projects, we can compare and disseminate good practices. So it's a key element that I presented in this conference. And the positive impact that has the strategy, and that invites us to continue working together. We've had also additional topics in this conference, which were the answers to the new challenges and the training needs on how we can have high quality e-learning and also the future of judicial training. You have a report on the website, on the EPTA website, the webpage I was talking about. You can find all the relevant information, a report which I drafted, and lastly also the report of the European Commission, which was just published. You received an email from Lina, and which is the detailed report of the European Commission. So it would be interesting to go to have a look. And two other elements is that the European Judicial Training Network, they have published a guide on distance learning, on how to design a distance learning course, and the training methods, the tools, how to motivate students. And I think it could be interesting for us to have a look at this document. In this conference, we talked about the different pedagogical and the gamification tools which are developed to enrich this distance training and distance learning, such as the conversation simulations, which improve the performance of our agents, and in this circumstance, the probation officers, which have a project, dialogue trainer project, which is developed. Also multi-touch books, which contain media-rich content for more autonomy of the students. So a few projects that were presented, and they highlight the value of distance learning tools. The European Commission representatives also raised awareness on the importance of gender responsiveness in the training, and in the training that we are developing. And lastly, but I think Lina covered it on the European training platform. She presented the different courses that you have, and it's important for our network to feed this platform and to help it grow with our training courses that could be pertinent. So that was on my part on the expert group and the results of the last conference. And with Lina, we can answer your questions, though Lina will be way more qualified on the part for the European Commission. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Do you have any questions?
Just a question from me. Will we get all the presentations afterwards with the email? Is it planned from the organizers? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's important, yeah.
Any other questions from the audience?
I have one question, Peter from Slovakia. Cedric, you mentioned in your presentation a guide or guidelines for distance learning. Is it available somewhere?
Hi, Peter. Yes, it's in the website on the partnership webpage of the EPTA website. There is the report of the conference, of the last conference, but I will also try to put it in the conversation and the discussion part of the Zoom platform. So you will be able to find it in both ways. Oh, there we have. Thank you, Lina.
Thank you very much.
Is there any other questions? Thank you. Now it's just give me a second. I will. It's not good to invite myself, but I'm the next speaker, so I just wait for the presentation and say a few words about the postdoctoral fellowships that we can manage in Poland. Just give me a second, technical
So
part.
it's no problem, Dominika. I want. It's no problem to invite you as a speaker. You have to know also that Dominika, it's not only preparing conference, but also working in our project team. We call it project team. So she's also responsible for preparing projects and finding the best ways to finance our research projects. And we have one, I think, interesting proposal, which Dominika Teklińska explain in details. Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Director Commandant. Few words I would like to, from the Academy of Justice, I would like to invite you for the postdoctoral fellowships in Poland. It's POLONEZ program. The National Science Center helped announce the POLONEZ. It's a call for 24-month research projects carried out by incoming researchers. The purpose of the call is to help researchers develop their professional careers by supporting their international mobility and to fund ambitious research projects at the best Polish research institution. Proposal must be submitted by the electronic submission system. If you need any help, I can always help you with it, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's in English, so it's very comfortable for you. There are 3 deadlines for the submitting. The first one is at the end, at the 15th of December this year. The third one is the 15th of March, it's 22, sorry for the misspelled. And the final one is in September, 15th of September, it's 22. The proposals on the research project need to have a 24-month time for the realization. There are a few things that need to be outlined. The research experience for the principal investigator is the clue part. It's the date of the launch of the PM must hold a PhD degree or have at least 4 years experience, like a research development. It's not you don't have to be the PhD, but you have to have a publication for at least 4 years. And another thing that needs to be confirmed is the mobility requirement. Within the 3 years, immediately before the date of the call, this is the 15th of September of 22, you must live and be employee not in Poland. That's the crucial part for this scholarship. There are few restrictions for the National Science Center. No double funding, it's obviously, but it needs to be say few words. Principal investigation is they need to carry out the not Polish institution project. That's the crucial part. The host institution, it's not the applicant host institution. That's the so it's like a new connection between the fellowship, the postdoctoral fellowships, and the university. And mentor, this is of course the crucial part of the fellowships, need to be employed by the institution. You can of course create the team members which can work on the project. Team member is of course the most crucial part of the team is the principal investigator, like a project manager. The mentor, who, as I told you before, need to work and be employed in the institution. Students or PhD students and other investigation. This is crucial. Maybe I'll just say a few words about this one, because in the National Science Center doesn't say how many people could work in the project. That's the crucial part. So you decided as a project investigator how many people you want to hire in the project. That's the crucial part for the budget. And back to this budget, I think it's very it's quite nice. Salary of the principal investigator include living allowance, mobility allowance, family allowance. So if you have a family, you can go here with your family, and special need allowance. And salary for the other teams, the mentor salary is too. Normally, I say it in euro, but this part it's in Polish zloty because it's the Polish institution. And one thing is crucial: we need to change the currency from euro to Polish zloty in the proposal. So the mentor salary is 2,000 per month. Salaries for scholarship and students are 5,000, and salaries for other co-investigators are not declined in the rules. So it's very crucial part. So it's your decided how many people and what is the salary of your team members. Back to the cost, the other direct cost is the research equipment, devices and softwares, other direct costs like research, including materials, small laboratory office equipment, and outsources service, business trip, individual visits, conferences, and so on. The amount of money which can be held is €1,000 for the project. There are other indirect projects because one of the crucial part is to have the good publication with the open access. So they decided to give 2% of the direct cost for this publication, and the other costs like cost of the host institution, administration, and so on is 20% of the whole project. The budget is crucial part of the project, and we need to concern very much attention of it. How can be split? How many people? How direct cost can be defined? Because one of the thing are very conscious on during the contest is the budget. So this is crucial part. And you can see the results after 6 months in the National Science Center. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, of course, you can also ask me during the conference, but this is my also email address. If you need any help for the proposal, you can always send me a message, and I will try to do my best to explain all your in details about the scholarships. And we are kindly ask you and invite you to come to our Academy of Justice in Poland and have the scholarship in our institution. It will be very nice from us to see all of you or your co-workers in our academy. Thank you very much. And of course, do you have any questions?
Okay, we're waiting for questions, but I want to add a few remarks to give you a wider scope of our area of working here in Poland. So we changed training system in Poland in prison service from internal to external, in meaning we create typical higher school, so Academy of Justice. For many years in Poland, there was only internal training in training center. Many of you know a training center in Kalisz and another training center in Polish of prison service, of course. And changing to the academy give us also possibility to start research in penitentiary area. It's in my opinion of my colleagues and also representatives of Minister of Justice, especially Minister of Justice. So research is very important in probation in penitentiary area, and we do it here in Poland. Today you see many representatives of our institute, which is dedicated to these tasks, those tasks, and I want to introduce this project and also another our project, and invite you to do something together. We are very open for it because we started doing here in Poland in our academy. And I see that many areas of penitentiary duties, prison service, inmates, also probation are not very good described, and we have to find many answers for the questions. So we start do it here in Poland. I hope it will be very fruitful in the future. And for this we need, I think we together need to cooperate and find best solution in real research tasks. So this is one of proposal. We have also another proposal. Cooperation by EPTA is another one. You have to know that we have also another projects which we which we have here. For example, financing from Norwegian grants, to which we also invite this person which are interested from your group. Maybe in future we think also about another activities. I will send you information about it and inviting to cooperate with us. We have also the journal, the prison system review, and of course we call for papers, so you could send us your articles, we could publish. Maybe some of you will be interested to become a partner in this journal. So we tried here in Poland, to sum up, we tried here in Poland create a really strong research department dedicated to penitentiary issues. And we once again invite you to cooperation in this area. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And any questions?
Yes, I have a question. Oops. Regarding the postdoctoral fellowship program, do you have any specific topics that are more that you focus on, or have you already had research projects and applications for this program, or is it a general topic of penitentiary and justice?
The topics can conclude about the research and development in the penitentiary study. I think the main principal investigator need to have an idea and develop this idea in the rules of the fellowship. So if you need any help, of course, and you have an idea, you can just contact me and I will do my best to help you write this fellowship in Poland.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I think there is no question. So I would like to invite you for the coffee break, and then we will finish the first plenary session. Thank you very much for the attention.